with Lauren from Lauren Haunts, Miss K, our producer, and Bucky, the almighty Ohioan historian here in Columbus.
Creepy Columbus.
Columbus Ghost Tours.
Yes, Columbus Ghost Tours.
That's the one when you're in Columbus Ghost Tours.
That's the one to go to.
Yeah, creepy Columbus.
Support local business.
Bucky has been...
Thank you.
Bucky has been invaluable in this process of putting this live together, but also in helping me understand some of the impressions that Scott came up with that I had no idea. And we are big on validation. That's why Lauren, our engineer, physicist, scientist extraordinaire, is always here with her gear. But
Science
with Bucky,
witch.
we've got validated history. And what I love about Bucky, if you were here earlier, I'm going to say it again. Bucky's the first person to say, that's a really, really interesting story for which we have no evidence. Now, here's what evidence we do have for a different story, because life is stranger than fiction. So here we are at our last location. We're going to be here till about 4 o'clock, not all outside the whole time, but we're starting here. Hey, there go our fans. And as we're doing this, if at home, Corey, as usual, is in the chats. I want you to be active in the chats.
Hi, guys.
And ask.
I'm the chat guy. That's what she's talking about.
Listen, he's not just the chat guy. He handles the thumbnails. He handles the
swag.
the tags, the
He's
swag.
a lot more
He's the
than
man
just
of
the
many
chat
trades. Please.
He's the swag. And he's also our
Oh, the swag.
the
He got
swag.
a new nickname. That's
Yep.
it.
Okay. Anyway, we are here because a couple of days after Phantom Forensics finished shooting in February, Scott, as usual, we talk about all kinds of things, and he said, I'm getting some weird thing and I don't know what it means. Does this mean anything to you? Do you know what I'm talking about, Scott? Or
You don't have to say anything else because my head is ringing and there's so many different weird things going on in this corner.
Should I let you just say it and then I'll
So
tie it in?
as I'm standing on this corner, I'm starting to have this strange like fight or flight kind of feeling kick in, which shouldn't happen because we're in this beautiful space. I'm surrounded by friends, and that tells me psychically there's something here that is trying to get my attention or that I'm open to. There's a couple things visually that I keyed in on really fast, and then it got weird. So I'm watching people, and I don't know how a better way to say this. I feel like people are marching to their death. There are people walking down this way, and they're literally marching, and I feel so much heaviness and sadness. And the only time I've ever felt that is when I was going to go into a situation where I didn't know if I was going to come out of it living. So it felt very similar, except for I feel like these people knew they weren't coming back and there was no way out of it. My head is getting really light. My throat is tight. I'm definitely having a lot of trouble forming sentences because that nervousness that is occurring in my body from that feeling. And oddly enough, I have a strange tingle of electricity as well. And I had just said to them that there's a lot of electrical things here, so that might have something to do with it. And I'm a little prone to being EMF sensitive, but my eyes are starting to hurt from it. And I feel like there is a supernatural component to that. So I feel like there is some place that we're going to go and check on very shortly that had to do with the end of somebody's life very specifically, intentionally, and they would have had to come this way for that to happen. So where are we at?
Okay, and thank you and good night. Okay, let's peel back the layers. And Lauren, I'm not going to ask you anything right now because you know all of this. So let's start with a couple of days ago, you were describing piles of bones to me. Do you remember what that was all about?
Yeah, so I kept saying that there were bones, every time I closed my eyes to get focused for here, bones kept coming up. And as we were driving here today, bones were presented to me again, and I wasn't even looking for them. They were just sort of being put in my psychic purview. So I knew, in my opinion, that was have something to do in a big way. So what?
Okay, so Friday, when I picked you up at the airport as Lauren was zooming in.
We went to the Shrum Mound.
We went to the Shrum Mound.
Yes, which was a big
is
hill.
Very close to where I live, because the first thing I was thinking of when you were describing these bones
Yeah, right.
was mounds. Now, Bucky, what can you tell us about not this particular location, but in general in Ohio, mounds? What's that all about?
Yeah, so around 3,000 to 3,800 years ago, there was a culture here that we had named the Dina, and these indigenous people buried their spiritual leaders in mounds. Regular members of society would just be thrown in a pit and covered up, but those who could communicate, like Scott, with the living and the dead, would be given a special burial, placed in a grave, and then with their sacred tools that they used to communicate with the dead, and then they would be ritually broken and killed, and then they'd pile it up, and then when the next shaman or spiritual leader died, they'd be placed on top, creating some sort of a vertical cemetery.
Would that create like a bone dust or a bone?
Well, as they settle and return to clay, things get jumbled and mixed around. Yes, and
I was talking about bone paste today,
So-
which is so strange.
We were
Well-
driving from one location to another, and you suddenly came up with,
like,
I'm tasting bone, like
Like-
I'm licking.
yeah, it was like mushy, but like if somebody took a bunch of bones, mushed them together, and then made like a paste out of it, like toothpaste. It was kind of like that.
So
Gross, by the
many
way.
of the mounds were removed as the Europeans, people of European descent moved into this area. They scraped away the mounds, and they used the clay that was used to create those mounds, along with the human remains, whatever was in those mounds. They formed them into bricks and used them to build many structures in the city.
Scott's face.
So
What?
yeah,
So they took the mounds that were,
Sacred.
yes.
they demolished them.
At that point, they didn't
And-
know the sacredness
No,
of them.
no,
And
they
this was
turned them-
like in the
Yeah.
1700s,
It was
1600s.
it was in the early 1800s,
1800s,
late
okay.
1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
The mounds.
If you
were-
guys aren't creeped out, you should be.
The mounds were the Dina
brick from
used very
bone,
specific
everybody.
clays to create the mounds for burial, and it just so happened that clay is great for making bricks.
Are there any bricks here?
Hold on.
Oh,
Don't get
not
ahead
allowed
of
to
us.
ask that question yet?
Don't get ahead of us.
I'm getting sweaty,
and
not
let's
'cause
just
it's
be
hot.
clear that we call them the Adina here in Ohio because it was found on a farm, and the farmer's name was Adina. But these indigenous people lived. We have no record of their name. They predated the indigenous population that was here when the white settlers
Yes.
showed up. Tell us a little bit. I just want to be respectful of that group, and we're talking like 600 AC, BC.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it would be around 2,000, 2,800 years ago. I misspoke. I
Okay.
think I said 3,000 earlier, but it's
Okay.
2,000. Yeah.
So not in this, not the same Native Americans, indigenous people that we were talking about, for example, earlier today down at the North Bank.
No, not
Okay.
the Shawnee or the Wyandotte.
So this is, we have no
Completely
record of
different,
them, but there were these huge earthworks. And in fact, in southeastern Philadelphia, in southeastern Ohio, there are really well-known ones called the Serpent Mound.
There is a Serpent Mound. There's also in Chillicothe. There's Mound City. There's the Hopeton earthworks. There's a lot of earthworks there, and they align almost perfectly with another set of geometric earthworks in Newark, Ohio, which is around 45 minutes east of where we're at.
Okay.
They're 60 miles apart, but they're connected.
Talk to us.
Serpent Mound's down that way, Shrum Mound there. I know that our boy here, Mikey from the Strange Road, knows something about the mound. So real quick, let's turn the camera and
Turn
the mic
camera
on him.
yourself.
Yeah.
Let's
And
do a
let's-
selfie. I got it right here.
Let's just talk about that real quick, because it's really important that the people who have all
you
the
keep that.
the people who have
I
all
got
the
it.
knowledge of this are very important to us, because they hold all the knowledge to back up what we're saying. So
Yeah, and what you said about, the burial mounds and kind of the kings and their people would be kind of arranged below them, whether they were, people of importance. And there were layers of clay, golden sand, and a lot of those burial mounds were kind of constructed in a similar way. And then down here, being confluences with those cultures were very important, whether it was Cincinnati, Marietta, Ohio, Portsmouth, Ohio. You can still go to Marietta and see what they call an earthwork complex, which is what we had here. And a lot of those mounds are not burial mounds, but earthwork structures, which basically means that they were either astronomically aligned with the heavens in some way, potentially a calendar system. A lot of these places were aligned to the solstices and equinoxes, like Serpent Mound, for example, is aligned to all the summer solstices, but it's also a lunar calendar. And it calculates an 18.6 year lunar calendar. There's the Great Octagon in Newark, which is also an 18.6 year lunar calendar.
Very
Serpent Mound
interesting.
encompasses all of these structures in one site, which is why it's the most well-known. In terms of effigy mounds, it's the largest in the world, but also these archaeoastronomy instances that people have discovered over the years.
So what is really important to think about this is that as you and I, as just regular human beings, we're driving down the road and we see hills and mountains, and maybe we don't even realize the hills that we're seeing out in fields and stuff. Unless somebody like these people who are really invested in knowing the history, we're just driving by hills and mountains of grass, so we don't know. But certainly from what they're telling us, that a lot of these have a lot of spiritual significance. And now we're back here.
Wait, it gets weirder.
All right,
It gets weirder, you
no,
guys. I want to
we
be
need to-
next to Bucky because he's going to back me up
Okay.
here. Okay.
So as it gets weirder, thank you,
Wait,
Mike.
I just want to acknowledge, Mikey is not just another pretty face. He's with us because he's a professional, fabulous cameraman, but he also investigates on his own through his podcast and I guess it's your company, The Strange Road. We know what The Strange Road is.
Strange Road. Yep.
At The Strange Road. So you're going to be seeing more about Mikey. He does a great podcast. You can find that. We're gonna get him on Signal Network. He's family now,
working on
so it's not an accident. Okay.
Back to this. The
Back
mounds.
to
The
it's,
mounds.
It's like an onion and it gets weirder. Okay, so I took you to Shrum Mound.
Shrum Mound.
Weird. Okay. Now, in Columbus, Bucky, we understand, lots of these mounds, especially along the river, but mostly they were cleared away.
Correct.
Except, I knew that they were here because, well, wait. Hold on. Scott,
Yeah.
a few days after our shoot,
It's getting
you
weird.
said to me, I'm hearing this phrase, I don't know what it means. And do you remember the phrase that you
I
gave
don't
me?
know.
Okay. You said mound and second. Mound and second. You're like,
Okay.
I don't know what that means. And just a reminder, he's not from Columbus. He's not driving around. He's always in the car with me. He's not paying attention to road maps. He did not see it on a map. Trust me, it's all I can do to get him to focus on having the coffee, get in the car, don't forget his battery. Do you have your phone?
This doesn't
Let's
sound
go.
Doesn't sound like me.
She's lying.
I'm his work mom. And I immediately thought, Mound, there's a street downtown called Mound. And I figured that must be named after, there isn't a mound here.
That's not here.
There is a street named, I bet it's an old name, and it was named after one or more of these very ancient mounds. Is for the $500,000 question, Bucky. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
100%.
Thank you. Okay, so I look on a map to see. I'm so excited.
This is exciting. I mean,
I'm so excited about this. I'm telling you, it's
Okay.
been months.
Mind you, Kay was really nervous about being on the live, so everybody knows.
but I'm so.
she's doing a great job.
You're great.
I have to put
Keep
down.
going. Let's do this.
I'm putting down my coffee. I'm so excited.
right,
I'm so
lay it on us,
excited, you
lady.
guys, because I saw this unraveling and I couldn't tell anybody like him. So
I gotta know nothing until we
She
get
just
there.
had to, just settle
So
for me.
thank God I found Bucky, because Bucky's like, yes, Kay, it's significant.
Okay, significance.
Okay,
Let's
We're
go.
So I
we
Feel the
wanna
man
know.
off.
I look on a map for Mound and Second, and I'm thinking, Mound and Second, what is Mound and Second? And if you do a quick do a 360 quickly with the camera, you will see we have construction for the on-ramp for I-70 or something.
As far as the eye can see.
We have the backside of a large parking lot.
Parking decks.
Parking lots, some nice old brick building that kind of looks like the others, and not a whole lot of anything else, which is why it didn't ring a bell. It's not like Broad and High or Marconi Boulevard where the State House is or anything like that. And Julia, who you met earlier today,
This morning, if you're here for that
she was
live stream.
working on archival research with me, and Julia, whose husband is in the Justice Department, said, "Oh, that's where the judiciary buildings are. This is the parking lot to all those modern buildings that are the judiciary. And there is a history here of older judiciary. Bucky, what was here before this?"
Okay, well, first off, about a block and a half north was the burial mound that was dismantled in 1815.
So there was a mound here?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. This was the site of the first penitentiary in Columbus.
Before
Wait, not the Ohio one?
Yes, it was the first one.
before it
The big
moved
one.
down.
Mile away.
So when it was like a courthouse and people would
That's how good my memory is.
they
It's a
just
surprise every
would
time.
get charged with something, and they'd take out front to the
Yeah.
whipping post. You get 40 lashes. And, oh wait, I forgot. So you said,
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to you. Don't
Okay.
worry. Hold that
She's
thought.
putting the
Good.
threads together.
I'm putting the threads together.
You've seen it here first.
She's
Knit
next.
1, purl 3, slip, slip,
Oh,
knit.
yes, she is a knitter.
Turn it around.
Show knitter.
You said to me, I'm seeing, this is a different thing. I am seeing a hill, I am seeing gallows, and I'm seeing a whole lot of people, like mobs. And I said, there are no hills in Columbus, Ohio. There are no hills.
While you're saying that, just so you know, something's going on. I feel like I'm getting beat up, so go ahead.
Standing on a hill.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So as it turns out, this court space was built on the only hill in the whole area overlooking. Tell us more about that.
It was Penitentiary Hill, is what it was known as.
So this was called Penitentiary Hill.
Mhm.
So both,
And guess what they did out front?
I'm guessing they had a gallows out front. If I had to put money
Because
on
it predated the electric chair.
Right.
Yes.
We're talking, so let's just go back for a second. The penitentiary where we were for Phantom Forensics, there were 2 buildings there, one smaller and then an increased one in size. That's the one with the donated space from William Neal where we were by the train. What was the date of this site being used for judicial purposes?
So it was from 1815, or well, 1812 is when they first platted out the city and they began construction on the prison, and they used it till 1834 is when the other penitentiary was completed, and it was actually on Halloween that they
Oh.
How
marched
crazy
the
is that?
inmates
Yeah.
a mile north to their new homes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
So we're talking before the first smaller
I gotcha,
penitentiary
yeah.
was built there. It was here,
Yeah.
which I hadn't really paid attention to because at the point that I was planning Phantom Forensics, I wanted to be where the
The big one was,
penitentiary
yeah.
that I was familiar with the lore, which was not here.
Yeah, yeah.
So super surprised about that. Now, when we talk about penitentiary, the one here was really not a big stone building, right?
No, it was the
Smaller.
original one. I think was 15 cells big.
15 cells. And in fact, when
That's amazing.
I
Yeah.
did a scout and was asking about the plans, they're like, there were no plans. They would just have some guy say, we need room for a holding.
Yeah, right. And just
and
come
whatever.
out and
And
draw
just-
a line on the ground and start putting
Yeah.
bricks down, right?
Yeah.
I think it was, the
Yeah.
first one was wood.
Yeah, I believe it was wood. It was
Oh.
very willy-nilly.
Wood.
The way they expanded it.
So here we are at Mound and Second,
Yep.
It was 1812 is when they started construction on it.
which is the year Ohio became a state.
It was 1803 when it became a state.
So what's 1812
That's
on your shirt?
when Columbus was first platted. I haven't been doing these since 1812, but but it's the beginning of of Columbus.
So we're at Mound and Second,
We're at
which
Mound
is
and
something
Second.
was important
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Are you with me?
We're still coming. We're still
Here's
hanging
the
on.
best part.
Let's go.
Who was with us yesterday?
Everybody. Except Bucky.
Who did we visit yesterday at the cemetery that will not be named?
Mr. Neal?
No. Yes, but who's the other guy?
Sells?
Yes, and what is his story? Can you remember the story?
He was Mr. Sells was a guard at the other jail, and he was the first only death to occur on duty while performing his duties as a police officer there.
Bing, bing, bing. Now tell us just the short part.
I remembered. I'm good.
Tell
Yeah,
us
you're
the
good.
story of Mr. Sells' murder.
Okay, so
Or guard cells. I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes.
For
Guard
those of
cells.
us who weren't here yesterday, I was, but Bucky.
Go ahead.
yeah, so there was a man named William Clark who was doing time for highway robbery at the Ohio Penitentiary, and he and Sells did not get
You're
along.
gonna crap your pants.
I know. Wait, hold on.
No, I have to stop you right there.
Okay.
I hope
Just,
nobody craps
just for
anything.
so everybody,
I was gonna.
I've also said vehemently in front of everybody that adoption is very important, and my biological father's name is William Clark.
No way.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's
Go
not
on.
what I thought you were going
But
to say.
that is a weird nugget to stick in there.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well,
That guy wasn't my dad. He was dead before. But go on.
Oh,
Going crazy.
And there's a
Because we're talking 1841.
yeah, there's a yes, and there's a lot going on with that too. His actual name was William Graham, but he went by the name William Clark, and he was doing time for highway robbery. He didn't get along with Cyrus Sells at all, and one morning, Cyrus Sells was getting ready for work. He was in the bathroom at the penitentiary combing his hair, and William Graham or Clark had secured a Cooper's axe, and he'd gotten it from on-site, a workshop in the penitentiary, snuck up behind Cyrus Sells and decapitated him.
Woo. Okay, now.
That's more brutal than what we
Hold
thought.
that.
Yeah.
Put a pin in that. Very good.
Okay.
Are you with me? Scott.
Yep, I remember what I said yesterday about that.
At Guard Cell's grave, you said Cyrus was long gone, but you were picking up on somebody else. Talk to us about that.
So the other person that I was talking about, he presented himself, and he made me think that there would be an amputation that I should talk about of a major limb or body part. I guess a head would qualify.
And we had not said
I-
amputation yesterday.
I
Yeah.
thought he
we
was
didn't say beheaded yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't
Right.
say beheaded.
Yeah.
because I had read that his head was split open with an axe. So
Well-
I did not recognize when you said a body part was amputated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that. It was not until you just said amputated or beheaded.
Removed, yeah.
So once
So
again,
then-
hello, this is my life. Scott says something. I don't understand it. We try to make sense of it. And then Bucky tells us the little details, and we're like, okay,
it more
Scott is
accurate.
right
Yes.
again.
So with that, he also
Oh,
said that what they wrote about him was incorrect. It was wrong, and that he was being misjudged by
The murderer, not guard cells.
the
Right.
murderer was presenting himself and saying I was misjudged. The what was said about me was not right. So he had something to say about. I don't know if it was about the murder. I don't know if that, but he was saying this is something about me that
Being
they've said
misrepresented.
is misrepresented and it's not true. And he was very, very adamant to say that. And I gave him his voice and I said it, and I'm saying it again. That's how he felt to me. And he might have felt that I was somebody that, again, I am in law enforcement. I very fairly listen to everybody's side of the story before I make a judgment call. And I think that may present on the other side. So what?
Now, be that as it may, as
Yeah.
my father, may he rest in peace, would say, be that as it may, Mr. William Graham Clark lost his life at this corner
Yes.
in 1844.
Correct. February 9th, 1844.
And this is where that gentleman passed away.
Right here on the spot.
Oh, okay.
And
we're here.
Yeah.
is your mind blown?
I am.
We're not done.
It's crazy. So this
We
is
are
wild.
not done.
This is all you've been
We
waiting
are
for.
not done. I can't
This
even
is like
stand
catnip
this.
for her, everybody. This is
I know,
amazing. I
it's-
hope you all
I
are
can't
enjoying
stand
it.
this.
I love it.
And well, one thing I can tell you too about William Graham Clark, there was a murder pamphlet at his execution that was sold.
A murder what?
Okay,
Like a
so let's
pamphlet.
take a step back. This execution Normally, executions were done inside the walls or inside the grounds, but this execution was particularly attractive.
You said like a pamphlet, like you could hand
Like-
it out and
Like an event
Yeah,
with
like an event.
popcorn.
So no wonder he would be
Yeah.
so mad. They made us.
We're not even
they
done.
made,
A spectacle of this guy's
spectacles
poor
of
dad.
public executions all the time. People loved it. It was
And
so
there,
weird.
so that's how. And Bucky, you found this pamphlet.
Yes. At an
Whoa.
archives library in Cincinnati. Yes.
Wow.
So,
Oh, Bumble.
these were not meant to really last.
That's Mr. Clark. He's like, I am Mr.
Live, folks. We're live. Yeah, your buddies. I know, but I don't want him to
Alright.
fly in my mouth.
Okay.
though.
I know,
All right,
it's
let's
like,
go.
okay,
So,
it's
back
my
to it.
eyeball.
Back to it. This
Hold
is crazy.
on.
Okay.
As Dalen Spratt would say, it gets weirder, folks. Okay.
So yeah, the murder
wish he was
pamphlets
here.
would be passed out at these executions.
Wow.
And it usually tells the prisoner's life story and their crimes. And he refused to cooperate with the writing of that. So all the information in the murder pamphlet that was gathered from cellmates and prison guards and other people rather than
Everybody was talking shit on this guy.
That's right.
And he refused to be a part of it, probably because he felt like he was being unfairly put into a spot.
Exactly.
And whoever wants to contribute to their own murder pamphlet.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So all of the headlines, what they were talking about, he said it was all crap. It was bad. So all of these bad people, good people who were mad at being there, they all had bad things to say about him.
How about that, folks? Wait, I'm not done.
Do you have an image of this pamphlet?
I do
Okay.
on my phone.
At just some
The-
point.
We'll-
I-
we'll
we
get
would-
it to
we
put
would love
into
to
the
see it.
edited
Yes,
video,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
We will
If-
track it down.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to see if I can
Yeah.
retrieve it.
Okay. But this
What else you
story,
got?
Oh, yes.
this
It gets
story
weirder?
gets weirder.
It gets weirder?
So the sheriff wanted to save some money. So he
I know
decided
where this is going.
that he was going to execute 2 people for the price of 1. Now, I had read that there was a Whig Party convention that was long running, and the Democrats in town wanted to pull focus from the Whig convention. And so they said to the sheriff, we're going to make a spectacle out of this double execution, and moved it outside the prison walls to accommodate 20,000 people.
An estimated crowd of up to
That's
20,000.
why I was
Now,
seeing the
how
mob.
many people
There was-
were in Columbus at the time that 20,000
Lots of comments
people
for that statement.
came to this double execution? How many people, for the $1 million question, how many people, Bucky, lived in Columbus?
Around 7,000.
Thank you.
So
They did it outside, but not
double the population of the city at the time showed up for this.
more than double.
In February.
Wow.
In February.
By the way, folks, it's definitely cold here in February. Holy
And
cow.
not only that, there are descriptions of the execution that show that they erected the gallows in a bit of a dip so that the spectators would be on the surrounding incline spaces.
So like theater seating
so they could get a good
or
view.
amphitheater, so you could
Yes.
see down.
Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Wow,
That's
what a
correct.
It is
terrible
correct.
pastime.
Okay. So yeah, do something.
Oh, I was just saying there was a rather prominent blacksmith named Sullivan Sweet who was trampled to death in the mob.
Because it was such a spectacle. So
Yeah.
3 people, in fact, died that
Died of
day.
this. Holy
2 were
cow.
executed, but 1 would have been perceived as being beaten somewhat by the mob, being trampled. So when
Oh.
you just
Yeah, I started
said,
getting a lot of head pain, like I was getting hit. But yeah, I guess somebody getting trampled would probably fit that. That's crazy.
okay,
That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. I've been doing a lot of weird stuff for a while, so that is.
are
really
you guys
amazing.
with me? Corey, are there any comments or questions before we move on?
No real questions, but everyone is like, wow, this story is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. It gets weirder, folks. Would you like to know about the other person that was executed that day?
Of course I do.
Oh.
Well, I heard, Bucky, that it was an African American woman who was not referred to that nicely, who was a scum of the earth, low life, throwaway person who was also at the penitentiary. And that's gave permission to celebrate her
That's
hanging
terrible.
Yeah.
with, right? But something tells me, Bucky, that wasn't the whole story.
No, it wasn't. So,
Hold this, Mike,
yeah,
and tell
yeah,
us
let
the
me
story.
go ahead.
Yeah,
and
I'm
tell you
very
about-
interested in this.
Yeah.
So, her name is, oh, thank you. Her name is Hester Foster. And she was doing time at the penitentiary for aiding in the assault and rape of another woman. And while she was in the penitentiary, she got into an altercation with another inmate who was white. And the story goes that she beat the woman to death with a fire shovel, and for that she hung. Now, her authentic story, if you want me to tell,
Well,
Right.
let's start.
little bit of it?
Yeah, let's start with. That's not the whole story.
I know.
Yeah.
I would-
So, actually, I'm just going to let you go. And if
Yes.
you miss
Yeah,
a
you want
piece,
me-
yeah, I want you to
Do
just.
my-
It's the historian,
A
Mrs.
fire
Mrs.
shovel.
I can't stand it. Just tell them. Tell them. Tell them,
Yes.
Bucky.
So
This
yeah,
is so crazy.
So Hester Foster actually, she was not African American. She was, her mother was Native American, and her father was an Irishman, and they separated when she was very young. She was born in Philadelphia, and then she was sent to Cincinnati to live with a distant relative who then ended up marrying and passing her on to another person. Then she was passed on to another person,
Oh,
passed on
that's
to another
sad.
person.
Foster care.
Foster.
Yeah.
At one point, she reconnected with her mother in Louisville, Ohio, and while she was there, her mother was living in a large house with a lot of enslaved people. Her mother was a slaveholder, and there was also a rather older man that was traveling with her mother, and Hester ended up getting impregnated by this older man and giving birth to twins. Her mother gave her two of the enslaved people to look after the children and help raise them.
Okay.
Maybe that's her now. She's manifesting as a lantern
As a
fly,
lantern fly.
versus the bumblebee.
So this is an indigenous woman, Hester's mother, who also enslaved people.
Yes.
So interesting,
Yeah.
because the truth is really complicated,
it is.
isn't
It
it?
is. It is much more
And
complicated.
she herself,
And
the
you said
mother,
there's an Irish,
the,
Yeah.
Irish
the,
background. in
the
this
father,
too,
the
right?
father,
the father was
father.
Irish.
Irish were also
Indentured.
Yeah, indentured.
Indentured
slavers.
servants.
Yes.
Slaves, like,
That's
at the
right.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so
So
Hester,
that's like blowing my mind right there. It's like,
Yeah.
what a
there's a lot going on.
and people wrote Hester off as African American because she was clearly not Caucasian.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the one drop rule. back
Right.
then, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
So whenever Hester's mother gives her these two enslaved people to assist in the raising of her two children, Hester instead frees them and gives them money and clothes. And shortly after that, she and the father get into an altercation, a fight, and Hester decides to leave Louisville and go back to Cincinnati. And she left her two children behind with her mother and all these enslaved people. And shortly after returning, her mother writes her a letter in Cincinnati telling her that those two enslaved people had returned and killed her children and their father.
So let's review that. So Hester was raised
Do we believe her?
as
No.
a mixed race child, so already
I feel like I'm getting
facing.
pinched in my back. As soon as you started saying that, it felt like somebody pinched me.
Pinch you?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Hester,
Seriously.
who was a mixed race child, so probably grew up with a lot of discrimination, recognized the humanity in these human beings that her mother had enslaved,
Yeah.
and at the first opportunity released them, manumitted them, whatever the word, and then Hester hears that one of the people that she freed did this horrible crime.
Yeah. And at that point, she
No way.
fell into any wickedness and vice of every manner, as how the murder pamphlet wrote it. And one day she was day drinking in Cincinnati, and
As you do.
Yeah, and she she ran into a friend, and they were hitting bars, and they meet a woman from Dayton who was trying to relocate to Cincinnati. Hester ends up separating for those two women at one point, but later in the evening on her way home, she sees the two women with some men that she knew at the edge of the woods, and they're motioning for Hester to join them. Once they get there, the woman from Dayton is thrown to the ground, and Hester's friend Maria Brunlow stands on the woman's hair while the men rape her.
Oh my God.
Hester did not participate in this, but she was witness to it, and she never said anything about it because she was afraid she would probably
Who wants to be next? Yeah,
beat
nobody
Yeah.
wants that.
Exactly.
But she was implicated in this woman's attack, and it was a short time after that she was arrested because she was again day drinking and got in a fight with a police officer. And while she was in jail, that's when she was considered a complicit in that crime and sentenced to prison here at Columbus. And she was considered a model prisoner initially, but yeah, there was another woman, Louisa White, who the women's dormitory or cell block that divided into two camps. So the people were with Hester or they were with Louisa. And one day Louisa came up to Hester's floor with a fire shovel to try to assault another woman that's on that level. And Hester shouted to her and said, "What are you doing here?" And Louisa White said, "I came for murder," at which point Hester said, "Then you shall have it to your satisfaction." And she grabbed a shovel and knocked the woman in the head. The woman fell down the stairs. Hester walked away. The other inmate who had initially been assaulted grabbed the shovel, then went down and
finished the job.
mashed Louisa's skull to pulp, is what it was described as.
Violent,
But
man. Holy cow.
So, it's like a kid that had to toughen up on the streets.
Yeah.
As someone who grew up with abuse from people that were supposed to keep her safe, who didn't.
Yeah.
A society that completely dismissed her, did not treat her properly.
Yeah.
She clearly had empathy and was sensitive to other human plights. And when faced with this horrific murder that she felt responsible for, she tried to drown it with self-medicating, fell in with people that weren't great, but in prison initially really was shown she wasn't, but then when confronted with what was probably a bigoted, ball-busting woman, her streets, you either defend yourself or you're the next victim.
You either fight or flight, right?
Yep.
That's the way it works,
Yeah.
especially in a lot of
This
prison,
is
especially
my
then.
heart goes out to this woman.
yeah,
That
there
is
was-
that
it
is
was worse
so.
in prison.
It doesn't.
So-
wait, we're not even done.
How-
Well, okay, go
all
ahead.
right, but I just want to rewind it back for our audience real quick. So we have all of these crazy things, and we're literally standing where we.
We're 40 minutes in.
Okay, so we're literally standing in this spot where all of these crazy things happen, and a double execution mob. Yeah, we got to move forward.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're standing on that hill and we're completely fine. It's just crazy how history has a way of just moving forward and kind of forgetting these things. And again, the people who do all the history and back up the psychic work and the paranormal stuff, they're the heroes here. They make sure that we are getting good, valid information as we are telling people stories. And we're telling it in a very entertaining, exciting way. But I want you to think about it and reflect on it a little bit about your own life right now and say how good you have it with the rights that you do have, and I hopefully that you do have.
I apologize. I did not realize
The time?
the time.
Yeah.
And we are due into this building right here. So
Yeah.
what I think we should do is we need to move our cars into that place, but I don't want to lose the live.
Yeah, we're gonna just go. Don't leave your cars there.
Yeah,
Not gonna
get
get
them
tickets.
safe
They're
there.
fine.
Yeah? Okay.
Columbus
let's go.
PD, if you're watching, don't give us tickets.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so before we leave this spot, is there any last moment that I mean, just think about, we're on this spot, the spectacle now. It's a parking lot, an on-ramp, but in 1840,
Hester Foster and William Graham were marched down the street to the gallows to their death.
March down the street.
And,
That's exactly how I felt.
William Graham shouted, "Let her go quick," and those were his last words. Hester Foster was so choked up that she couldn't speak audibly,
And they
which
were
is what
hung.
you.
They were hung. Which
and before you knew any of this, you said we're picking up stuff. I'm picking
Yeah.
up right now, people marching to their death. It
Yeah.
literally was this corner of mound and second,
Which came
which
through in
you
a reading.
told
Yeah.
me about, and you didn't realize it was an address. And I just want to acknowledge that, and you probably at home are seeing this too, people whose voices were not heard in their lives are finding you in the darkness, whether it's the Native American woman in the middle of the river, or Hester, or even in a weird way, William, who said, they're misrepresenting my story. I mean, he's a human being too.
Yep.
We may not agree with his choices, but he also is reaching out to you to say, there's humanity in me, and I have a story, and that's what we're all about.
That's what you guys all gonna learn.
So
Let's go.
tell us as
Bring
we
it in.
walk, Bucky,
Yeah.
where are we walking to now?
Okay.
All right.
So
Tell
right
us.
now we're walking.
Let's go,
to
folks. We're going inside a brick building.
to the yes, the Cultural Arts Center, which is standing here where this was part of the prison complex. This building was built in 1861 as an arsenal for the Ohio militia.
Yes.
And
Let's go, baby. Arsenals.
In the 1970s, it was transformed from an arsenal into an arts center.
Ah.
They
were like, let's just stay with the A's in the phone book.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, there's quite a bit of reported activity here. So,
Excellent. I can't wait to see.
Yeah. So we're going to go in and meet a woman named Lori.
I was wondering why a church would have turrets. It's not a church. It was an arsenal.
Those were shot towers.
Thank you, Bucky. Oh
You're
my,
welcome.
oh my goodness, and look what we're gonna see in here. So yesterday in the cemetery, I was talking about a woman who was creating art
Hi
and
there,
had a lot of
Lori.
hand-drawn art and colorful art at the same time. And I didn't know we were coming to an art gallery, and there are all of these big, beautiful drawings of women and pops of art. I love these. Lauren, we got to get you up on here.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. So as you guys are watching this, I don't know anything about this building aside from what Bucky just told us. So if you're getting any feelings, emotions, or anything like that, please put it in the comments. Corey will read it to us, and we'll engage with it. I'm gonna have a limited time to kind of get my feelings about this place, which is good.
We've got 3 floors to explore.
So
And a
as soon as Miss K catches up with us, what I'm gonna have you do, and this is because this is a ghost hunting thing and time sensitive, without telling me, but you can guide us to where the most active parts are, and I'll give you my impressions, and we'll see how it looks, and then we have equipment with us, and we'll set some of that up too, so we can have a little fun investigation while we're doing this.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's enjoying this. The camera guys, you guys enjoying this? Excellent, thank you. You're enjoying this?
Having a great time.
It's a good time. Thank you so much. Your history it's making me feel so much better, because sometimes it does feel like I'm guessing, and the only reason it is not a guess is because people like you have done the work and the research and are like, you're not guessing. This is really accurate, and it backs up psychic ability.
Yeah, there is information to support this 100%.
All right, there's Miss K. She was worried about getting her car ticketed or towed, I guess. I don't know.
Or
She's a worrywart.
or the equipment.
Yeah, or the equipment.
Oh, it's so I don't have to go forever with all my heavy stuff.
Oh, okay. So, Lauren,
I got
stay close to me because I have a microphone. Okay, you're good.
Perfect.
How
Lauren's a vampire.
how did you feel about learning all this information, like
It's funny because,
scientifically speaking?
well, I can't speak on that. I would like to. I'll have to let that marinate for a little bit.
Sure do.
It's funny because Kay had clued me in on some of the stuff, but not in the detail. But the detail, that was super interesting.
Pretty
really,
neat,
really,
right?
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to come up on the fly yesterday with stuff as it was happening, and then have it validated immediately today.
Oh, yeah.
For me, felt really nice because sometimes I do this stuff and it's months before I get a payoff. As a matter of fact, it's so much so that I don't even look for it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is what I'm picking up. If it fits, cool. If not, whatever.
Yeah, it's when I
All right,
found
Miss K.
Hester Foster's story, I almost feel like she led me to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that
I mean,
Bucky's
injustice is
going
not
to lead
something
us
new.
to the more active
but
parts of the
a little-
building to save
Yeah,
time.
yes.
So, Bucky, bring us up to the first most active part. Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
The only thing I
go
would
for
say,
it.
Bucky, is Jeremy and Corey, if you could keep an eye on our Wi-Fi. What we found is there are parts of the building where we lose. Oh, actually, we have the Wi-Fi password. Should we switch
So,
to the
Miss K,
Wi-Fi?
Miss K, by the way, do we need to switch to Wi-Fi? Okay. So, by
Does
the
that
way,
mean we lose the live?
no, I don't think so.
No, you should.
Hey, everybody,
You're on camera for a minute.
we're gonna try to switch into the
I'm gonna
Wi-Fi
run and get my stuff
real
down
quick,
there.
folks,
This is my glasses.
so I don't lose signal.
Okay.
Which one is it?
I don't have the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Kay does.
Okay, has it? Okay.
Yep.
All right, everybody, we're just getting the Wi-Fi password. By the way, Miss K, yesterday at the cemetery, after I spoke with the murderer, perhaps.
Yes.
The woman approached me and she told me that she created hand-drawn art, right? And then talked about having big pops of art. And as you walk, I didn't know we were coming to an art gallery.
Oh, right.
And look at all
of
these beautiful,
course.
look at all these beautiful portraits of women that are beautifully up here.
It's
and
great.
I wonder if it's a female artist that also has a lot of
It is a female artist because when I did the scout,
password.
I had a chance to meet her. I'm
So maybe
looking.
there's a kinship here.
Why is it not?
By the way, these are beautiful pieces of art. Like, they're amazing for everybody who's watching.
It's under settings.
passwords. We're searching for passwords.
Here we go. Wi-Fi. Hold, please. Okay. It's this one.
Well, you have to show me.
Oh, it says unable to join. Hold on.
There's Bucky. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging in with us.
Yes. Thanks.
We're just trying to find the right Wi-Fi so we don't lose signal in this brick building.
I feel like I should have a TV cord that's unplugged in my mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
the- just the
tech-
wait.
The technical difficulty.
Yes. Yep. Find out. All right.
Okay. Kay's gonna go find it out from Lori. Quick.
Well, I'll just go back to the light because we do have good people here
Wi-Fi
watching.
here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna flip it around. What's up, everybody? Nice to see you there. We're hanging out. We're in an art gallery. This is Mike, our camera fellow. If you haven't met him yet, 47 people watching. What's up? Can you do me a favor, 47 people? I can't see your comments on my screen. Oh, there's Jeremy. He's been holding this thing the whole time. He's a champ. If you guys can, hit the share button, hit the like, write a comment. Even if you just say hi, hello, how are you? Those sorts of things. They help the algorithm know what we're doing. And remember, these signal quests, these live videos that we're doing, if they do well, we're going to do more of them and much more of them, and they will get done at nighttime as well. So they're not just gonna be daytime investigations. We're gonna do it at night too, like proper ghost hunting, okay? This is just how the schedule worked out for us. You got that Wi-Fi coming, Miss Kay? Okay, so she's getting it for us. Joanna's here, what's up? Beth is here, what's up? Eileen, nice to see you there, welcome in. Who else do we have here? I'm putting my finger over the camera hole here.
Ooh.
Hi, Kathy Davis, nice to see you there, same last name. Look at this team right here. We could go into a place and ghost hunt, the three of us. I could see it happening. Mikey back there is Miss K.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like forgetting that.
Yeah, of course. Hi, everybody. Hi, Shelly. Nice to see you there. Elfal, nice to see you there. Stacy Wright from Oklahoma. How are you? Mariah, nice to see you. I hope you're all doing well. It's nice to have you here. We're about to start going into the next part of our ghost hunt. We're in this beautiful,
So the basement
Eileen
has
says,
sucky
halftime
Wi-Fi.
watching.
The second floor is
Oh,
fine.
well, it's kind
Anywhere
of. Oh, okay.
here
I don't
is
know
good
what.
if we're
Let's
doing
go
Football.
something.
Go
That
Browns.
area
If that's your team, if your team is something else, go. I root for your team as well.
Yeah.
Except for the
We can't go into the office.
No, not
I feel like I would
the
root
well,
for
it's
the
like
Ravens.
the second floor, but you go up onto the.
No, we wouldn't.
Not the.
Are they a
office
bad guy?
area, but,
Bad
Where
team?
there are like dormer windows.
They're the ghosts of the Browns. We don't like
It's
them.
It's the one.
Do you know who is
where there's
buried
the
in my
big
town?
balcony that overlooks
You ready for
the-
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Vince
beautiful.
Lombardi.
Yeah. You want to go?
I live about a
the
mile and a
lunar
half from his
area.
headstone. Yeah, pretty neat.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure, I'm
his
sure
wife
we'll find
married he married his wife who was from my town, and when he retired and got deceased, that's where he went.
We got it. We're going
Okay,
upstairs.
I need to get it for this though.
Go ahead and pull that.
It's COC
Hold on.
public,
Okay.
and you don't need a
Oh,
password.
okay.
CAC, public.
COC.
CAC?
Oh,
Yep.
the COC, right?
Yep, and you don't need a password.
Okay.
It just takes a second to get it.
Obtaining IP address. Obtaining.
Kind
Obtaining.
of precedent over the Wi-Fi network.
I'm sorry?
Just make sure the streams have precedent if you're joining the Wi-Fi network.
Right.
So
Oh.
No, there we go.
Okay.
Well, yep, here we are. We're back again. The Wi-Fi is not going to work, so here we go. Are you guys good now, Joanne Wade? Yeah, we lost it for a second. I have really good signal in here, so let's just hope it.
We're in a super old, very solid building.
If you can see me,
Did
say
you
hello.
tell them?
Upstairs, we should be better.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going upstairs, but did you already tell them while I was doing the other thing where we are?
Yeah,
That
we're
would
at an art
explain
museum.
why the building is
Yes.
so solid.
We're at an art
Bucky,
museum.
did you
It's an
say-
arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
They did
why don't you say it one more
arsenal things
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Arsenal, not arson. Arsenal. They had guns, bullets, bombs, black powder, which I was smelling this morning, and I think I mentioned that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but now it's just a beautiful, different kind of arsenal for your mind and your heart and your soul, which is the better arsenal, if you ask me.
We are allowed to say where we are. In fact, it's nice to do it.
Got a sound problem? Okay. Maybe I'll move my microphone a little closer.
Do you want me to hold it while
We got
you're...
60 people watching. What's up, 60 people? What's up, 60 people? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, here, let me flip this around again. I'll stop being goofy. We're really going to get back to ghost hunting. You're back. Guess who's back? Okay, would you just hold that? I'm just going to move my microphone up so that I'm not losing.
So, Bucky, tell us one more time, why is this place such a secure place? What kind of building are we in?
It was an arsenal originally in 1861. So yes, it would hold all of the weapons for the Ohio militia and leading into the Civil War. So it needed to be a very secured spot. So if there were to happen to be any Confederate raids this far north, they would not be able to get into all the weaponry.
And when did it stop being used?
In the 1970s, it was the longest that any building in Ohio history has been used for a military purpose for the longest time. Yeah.
And now it's a place of love, not war.
Yeah,
Tell
yes.
us about what it is now.
Yeah, yes. Now it's an art center, a cultural arts center, so it's all about creativity, and it's where people come to learn how to do a lot of different types of things. There's blacksmithing, there's a ceramics room,
Glass blowing.
there's glass blowing, there's a loom area that we're going to visit, I think, in a little bit. It's pretty active.
Making was something that I saw.
Yeah,
too.
yes, yep.
Ceramics in the
Yep,
basement.
yep. There's arts of every type, and people also will can rent this space that we're in right now for weddings and receptions and things like that.
Oh, how
as
pretty.
well. Yeah,
This
so
is a gorgeous space.
yeah, it really is.
Beautiful exhibit happening now.
Yeah.
Are there any pieces that, while we've got a minute, that we didn't talk about history that I cut you off because we had to run in here? Any other tidbits? Such a compelling story.
Well, I got really the majority of her story out for you. The one thing that's a mystery that's lost to us is what happened to the other inmate who completed the killing of Louisa White. She did not suffer any consequences for those actions, it seems, and she just sort of vanished from history.
Oh.
So
They got a scapegoat, so
They're saying we're going in and out.
nothing I can do.
Yeah, we're going to go to a higher floor, so hopefully that's going to help with our.
I have
Yes.
5G
So
solid bars.
Are you
so.
feeling anything right now while you're in this space?
Not down here. It feels very calm, peaceful, relaxed. Even it feels as though somebody might have even cleansed this area pretty recently, like came through and like saged it or something.
Bucky, did you do that?
Wasn't us, not guilty. But we have been doing paranormal investigations here in the building. We've done round 3 so far, and
Okay.
captured some really interesting stuff. So,
All right, cool. I hope
anxious
we
to
can
see what you.
Hope we get some of that stuff.
get,
Yeah.
And just
All
a
right. So
reminder,
Jeremy's
we're doing
back.
Meet and greet at 6.
Yep. We have a meet and greet. Where is it at again?
Grandview Yards Food Court. which
Grandview
is
Yards
the Grand
Food Court
Market.
and the Grand Market in
Little
Columbus.
Grand Market.
Little Grand Market. We'll tell you again before we're done. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio area, come and hang out with us. We're gonna have a drink, have some food, hang out, tell some stories, some ghost stories, and just have fun. All right. So let Bucky bring us upstairs. Bring us, my friend. Bring us.
We'll go.
Let's go to let's go to the upper floor and see if we
Okay.
can get
Yep.
upstairs.
Let's go ahead.
Oh, good. You got a hotspot? Yeah, we'll use that upstairs. We'll get it set.
Okay.
We can take the elevator or the stairs. Let's do the
Okay.
elevators. Stairs.
Yeah, we'll probably lose
Says the person
the
that
elevator.
has-
I'll
Yeah.
do the elevator with
Oh, yeah, you
Lauren.
definitely take the other.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I just mean like.
Are we
No,
going
I was
to
kidding.
2 or 3?
Do you have the
We can
password for the
start at
hotspot?
2 or start at 3.
Okay, let me put it in real quick so nobody complains to us.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
2 on 3.
Yep. All right.
I don't know what you're doing. Freaking me out. Okay, guys, we're gonna hook up a hotspot so we don't lose you, okay? And then we're gonna go up the steps.
I'm just saying, good in front of everything.
Oh,
I'm just going to let Lori know.
RG one.
So,
All right, now you guys should have good Wi-Fi now. Good Wi-Fi now.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Production crew, you guys are the best. The best.
All right.
Bucky is bringing us up.
Yes.
Let's go. We're going up, guys. We're going up the turret.
Yes.
Let's go. We're going up, guys. We're going up the turret.
44 feet into cold water, they found that would form a perfect pellet. So that's how they would produce shot.
Oh, so little metal beads to go into the shotgun,
Yeah.
or perhaps blunderbuster. I don't know.
Yes. So,
Mr. Jeremy, you're on the naughty list.
we're here.
All right.
Wherever you guys would like the okay. I can turn on lights too if we need.
So we're in a room full of looms. I think that's the right word for this.
I think
They're making different fabrics.
I think they're. See if they're getting stream here.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great art just dispersed throughout the
Is
building.
bueno or no bueno?
Yep, I can.
Man, technology, what are you going to do?
Old buildings.
What are you going to do?
Beautiful.
It kept out bullets, it kept out Wi-Fi.
You could take classes here.
Yeah.
I would love to.
My sister did glass blowing
this
class,
one.
or glass cutting classes here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello? Museum. Nice haircut. My name is Scott, and I can hear you, see you, and feel you. And then we have some equipment here that helps us hear you. So if you have anything that you'd like to say, if you've been cooped up here for, my ear is ringing, my right ear just
What does that mean?
tinnitus. Like that somebody, I said, if you want to talk and I can see you and hear you, like spirit was like, oh, they blasted on. Can you hear me? Can you tell us who's up here with us? Brooklyn? Prison? Prisoner? The R word? I don't want to say it, but you know what it is, the R word?
Yeah. I'm sure there was a lot of that.
Where are you from? I said black people. Where are you from? I heard the word pregnant. Are you from this building? I think I heard the name White. Yes, and
It's different than other times where it's one voice at a time.
and this is the Echovox. It is it's a word bank that acts like a spirit radio. But what else is happening is it's shuffling and going in reverse. So you shouldn't be hearing any audible words that you can make out because it's saying English backwards. And it's also got German and French mixed in there also. So it's a real huge mess of different sounds, especially when you play it backwards and shuffled. So there shouldn't be any words coming out of this that we can actually be like, that's a word, that's a word. And we heard immediately, as soon as we turned it on, it started saying words in English that we can understand. So
Prisoner, a complicated word.
Yep. So this is one of my favorite apps. If you want it, I'm not getting paid. It's $20. Echovox. It's fantastic. Goes on your phone or your tablet. Do you want to hook up your? I feel really sick up here, by the way. Just so everybody knows. Like I feel
It wasn't
nauseous.
lunch.
What kind of sick?
Huh?
What kind of sick?
Like
Headache or
heavy stomach. Heavy, nauseous. The feeling.
nausea?
Huh?
Where's your
like
nausea?
like right up here.
Okay.
So it's this feeling of like you should leave, you shouldn't be up here, it's time for you to go already. Like, you know that feeling? Like if it was dark up here and I was alone, I wouldn't spend too much time up here if I wasn't looking for ghosts. So
Do you want us to move to a different
nope,
location?
if I feel that way, it means
Do you-
we're probably in the right spot.
But do you want to walk over there and see if it goes away and then walk back over here?
Yeah,
Just
so
to see?
yeah, so
if
is the
it's
the
related-
Wi-Fi's acting well now? It's doing good? Fellas, Wi-Fi's good?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So as you folks who are watching at home, I don't want to influence you too much. I'm going to walk over that way for a second and clear out. Lauren's going to hang out with you with Bucky, and she's going to set up some equipment, and then we're going to come back and we're going to jump into some ghost hunting. The reason I grabbed that so quickly is because when I came up here, it was like getting beat over the head with spiritual energy. So, you know, you
Well,
ask.
that'll pair well to use with the bridge too. So
Yeah.
I'll talk about bridge
So
again.
ghosts and addicts, they do go together for a reason. So I'm going to take a quick step over here, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there significance with people who investigate up here? Because you said that people in paranormal investigate up here, correct?
Well, yeah, there's been sightings
Okay.
in this space.
Like what?
A little girl.
Okay.
Named Jamie?
Don't know the little girl's name. We don't
Sorry,
know
you guys
who
can
she
hear me
is,
drinking
but,
water.
She's been seen a couple times here, also down in the pottery area as well.
Which is in the basement.
Yeah, which is in the basement. Yeah, there was a staff member recently who saw she's blonde. One story, there was a woman who was supposed to see the.
Here. Talking about.
Oh, sorry. This art space over here, there was a person who was supposed to come, and it was the last day of this one particular show. They wanted to see it before it was closed. It was right before they were about to lock the building up. The assistant director, Todd, said, okay, go ahead and go up and have a look, and then I can lock up. He sent her up here in the elevator, and then a moment later he heard this horrifying scream, and he thought maybe she'd fallen from the balcony that's here, or maybe there was a unhoused person that had gotten in and was attacking her or something. He came running up, and she was pale as a sheet, sweating, and said, did you see her? Did you see her? Did you see the little girl? And yeah, and I guess it was she looked at the art, she pressed the elevator button, she was waiting for the elevator to come back up to take her down, and the little girl ran right past her and directly into the wall. There's a
But this was an armory. So what would a child have been doing in this space?
Yes, that's the mystery. So, I mean, this was this former site of the penitentiary. The very first one, the warden lived on site with his family.
Would
okay,
often
so
live
we're
on
back
site
to
with
the
their
penitentiary.
families.
And also in those days,
Give
every
kids to work.
everyone would be thrown in prison. It wasn't like
Oh, like the whole family.
no, I mean, like if there was like a kid, like a pickpocket or something, they got caught pickpocketing.
They would get thrown there,
they
too.
They could be imprisoned with
With the adults.
Well,
with
this
the adults.
is before too. The reformatory in Mansfield was built to take the children
Yeah.
essentially out of prisons because they were being just thrown together.
Yes.
in general population.
Can you imagine?
So they
Yeah.
built the reformatory
Oh.
in Mansfield, Ohio,
with the idea
and
of
it was like a
reforming,
young,
yes,
well,
young,
and for children, essentially.
for young people to hopefully
Yep.
reintroduce them into
Yep.
society rather than just penalize them for their
Correct.
crimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that. There's a one of the ceramics instructors actually just saw the little girl, not long ago, just
Wow.
standing in by one of the storage rooms. So yeah, it's
Do you want to go over and see how he's doing?
it looks like
I'm all right.
I was gonna say, I was like, they're
So what do you think? Do you want to stay on this side or you want to go over there?
Yeah, we're good over here. I think whatever's going on, it feels way stronger over here for some reason.
And
That's
that's what
what
Bucky was saying.
that's
so.
why I wanted you to walk over there.
Yeah,
He's right
it's
again.
when I walked over there, I was able to clear and ground out. But what did happen was, I felt some sort of change. There might be somebody who kicked around this place that felt a lot of authority from standing over there and watching the things that were happening. And it didn't look, these floors I don't think really existed. I was looking at what looked like catwalks, sort of. They were like long bridges that came across here, and you could look down and pay attention to the things that were happening under you. And I was trying to feel out if I felt like there was any kind of living space here, and I wasn't feeling that so much. But there's somebody who certainly felt it as a man. He certainly feels that he belongs here, and he watches over everything. And even today, people probably hear him thundering around, especially when a lot of this stuff might be going on, because it's not the thing that it was intended for to happen here. And this person still feels as though they're in charge, and pretty much the living folks aren't listening to them. I don't have much on him. It was just a feeling and emotion type of take charge energy that is in this place. What do you got to say? I don't know what access we have or what not. Bucky, you seem to know so much. He's like nothing really. This guy, whoever he is, I honestly can't see him. I'm really just hearing him and getting a vibe from him. He's like, nothing really good happened up here anyway. It's the basement that you got to go into, and he's making some sort of crazy, like, that's where if you were to want to find things, that's where we did business. That's where things happened that we didn't have the public certainly know about. So what is the deal with that?
We can't go to the basement because Corey would hit us over the head because the viewers can't get a good
Okay.
signal.
However, what?
okay. So the basement, people get a lot of.
Let me get out of the way here.
They get a lot of very bad feelings in the basement,
Okay.
ominous feelings. During our investigations, a strange thing we picked up on a lot of children in the space, which doesn't make sense.
Children. Okay.
But there's two separate investigations. There's a section of the basement where using an SLS camera, saw what looked like a small person there, and as through other devices, it tells us this is a little boy who lives with his grandmother, and he's hiding from her because she's very mean to him.
Okay.
So that's a kind of interesting thing. There used to be a tunnel in the basement that connected to the Ohio State House, the Capitol building. So
Okay.
if there was an insurrection, they could get
From one to the other.
weapons into the Capitol to protect it.
Wow. Imagine that. That's,
yeah,
what an
yeah.
idea, huh?
Yeah, they bricked it up in 2012. They probably should have waited a minute. So the basement, people just get a lot of bad feelings down there. Now, there is one other story. I haven't been able to verify this historically, but I mentioned in the stairwell how they would use that was a shot tower they would use to drop shot to create the shot.
So little metal beads that would go inside of a shotgun shell or inside of a weapon that would fire a lot of
Yes.
projectiles.
Yeah, and there is a story that there was a young boy who was employed to do that, and he fell down that turret that we
walked up.
walked up.
I didn't run into him.
And they say that at the bottom, at the basement level there, that particular section of the basement is where people get the most uncomfortable feeling.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. So, basements historically pretty haunted. It's where a lot of people have ghost stories. It's very closed in. It's dark. It's damp. Spider webs and such. But it's not always haunted though, obviously. So for the energy here to just say like, if you really wanted to have a good experience with the paranormal, you should probably go down in the basement because that's where it happens. That's where we make things happen. I will ask the energy that's saying that if you can help facilitate that up here, because we can't go in the basement. That would be really good. And we're not trying to interfere with you. We're not trying to take over your space. That's well done already. We're just trying to document you a little bit, maybe tell some of your story. You can talk to me. You might be interested in the equipment that's been laid out. They can't hurt you. They're just ways for us to know that you are with us. So if you wouldn't mind, as we're doing this, just to set those off, that would be great.
I set up the
You never said.
regular 3.
Okay.
The proximity, the static, and then we had talked about activity over here by the elevator. So I have a motion sensor between the stairwell and the elevator.
We don't know a Holly or a Molly, do we?
No.
Okay, did we mention any Hollies or Mollys? We had Jamie from yesterday, and that was a child.
No.
But there's a Holly or a Molly?
Can you describe them more?
Nope, it's just a name that's coming. We'll get there if I come up with anything more, but
Does that mean anything to you, Bucky?
No, it's not really.
I was going to say anything in the comments.
Holly or Molly, let's see. All right, you don't always have to tell me about the bad stuff. You can, if there's good things that you all want to talk about, you can do that. But I need you to do that well, so I can understand. Somebody keeps flipping a switch on and off, and it feels like a switch that's original to the building, and it might do something different now than it used to, but they're messing with this switch. And I guess a long time ago, whatever it did malfunctioned and caused a lot of issues here. And they're well aware of it, whatever that is. It's like a big metal switch. It doesn't look like a light switch. It's kind of big. And they're like ding, 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 and messing with it.
Could it be an alarm?
Could be. That might be.
They've recently had plumbing issues with the bathrooms downstairs, and they're having those.
Oh, we just talked about something like that yesterday at the firehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody was talking about that yesterday. Ghosts love practical stuff, man. They got nothing to do but kick around until somebody talks to them. So,
Yeah.
if you need a good person to watch your house, hire a ghost because they see it all. Can't help you, but they can tell you. Let's see what else we get here.
Did you get dizzy?
Yeah, the whole building felt like it moved. That was weird.
It didn't.
I know it didn't. None of you were moving like I was. Why did you guys make me feel that way? What'd you do? He's like, this is how we get rid of people. We make them not feel good, and we make them feel uneasy, and we push them out. But why? Is there something here you're protecting? What's the point of being here? So this kind of in charge fellow is just saying, like, it's my house, where I live. This is my place. I take care of it. Sims seems to be a name. SIMMS maybe. Sims. Oh, we saw a Sims yesterday. Cut that name out. Doesn't matter because I saw a Sims name yesterday. I don't want to recall anything from yesterday. I'm trying to cut it off and just see and hear anything from now. If there's something important that I'm supposed to get from that name that you clicked back in, that's cool, but try something else.
So you're feeling active presence in this area?
Yeah, somebody's trying to talk, but they're, it's one of those things where
You're facing this direction.
I know.
Is that direction feeling it coming from, or
No.
is it all around?
Yeah, it's kind of all around. It's one of the things.
Because we did set up things as well too.
Yeah, so why don't you show us what you set up while we're doing this?
Show the room.
Yeah, show the rest of the room. And while we're doing that, we'll run the Echo Vox also. Proximity sensor.
Set things up.
So come on over here, spirits and ghosts.
So that's you guys walking.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
us walking
yes.
past it.
That's my nice sensitive presence.
So let's see if we can get this thing go off. Lauren, why don't you ask a couple questions while I'm doing this and see what we can get.
So
Ready?
This kind of gives the same idea, even though it being like a tablet app, but it adds that chaos to the situation.
That's just
That's Bucky
That was
going.
Bucky.
That's me.
That was
All
the
right.
Bucky ghost. Okay.
All right, here we go. Music. Why don't you ask some questions?
Put me on the spot, Scott. Where are? Can somebody tell me where we are right now? I'm lost.
Third floor.
Can you show me how to get to a different floor?
So something most important.
Nope.
That may or may not have been because we are live, so we'll give that a second.
If there's somebody over there setting off the REM pod, can you do it again?
Proximity sensor.
I'm sorry, proximity
That's
sensor.
okay.
Mikey, can you walk close to it again just to see if it'll set off at the camera? No, that went off.
Yeah, unless he's streaming, that
He's not.
shouldn't. The
Can't
only
stop
other
it, it
thing
said.
would be if we had like a police officer or something driving by, if they happen to also be using their
Keying
two-way
up on a
radio.
mic.
Yeah, that could set it off. If that's the way I'm supposed to go to leave, can you show me that again? I think I missed it.
What was that?
Is somebody in the elevator? Well, I mean, there are people downstairs to call it, but
What, that was.
So it did. Okay, the elevator does that. Yeah, that's
The-
a common activity in the building.
Oh, and I was
So-
just talking about a switch malfunctioning. It was a pretty big switch. Maybe it has to do with the elevator.
Are you up here to show me how to get downstairs?
Lauren, by the way, is over by the elevator.
Yeah.
It's literally trying to show us the way out.
This,
That's us setting off the proximity sensor. All right,
Yeah.
come on, folks. Yeah, how much more clear can we possibly be?
yeah, the elevator does that.
I'm gonna put this here in case it does that again.
Yeah, there've been
I'm surprised you didn't jump sitting over here. You're just getting used to the weird.
After 48 hours of streams, I'm too tired.
Did somebody come up here? Are you in the bathroom?
No, nobody came out of the elevator. It just
Was that me for moving?
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I wasn't saying a person.
Was that me for moving?
Oh,
That's not you.
Why did that go off then?
Let's see. Could it be me? It was probably me.
Probably you.
So
Okay.
here's the thing: is that this waves out. It doesn't go behind.
Yeah.
It would be 10 to 15 feet in front and
Okay.
only about 2 feet maybe behind.
Okay.
Usually they're omnidirectional, but it's shielded in the back so that you can stand behind it and observe it.
All right. Let's see if it does anything. So, Joe,
the
And that
proximity.
one,
now the static went off?
no, that was the proximity sensor.
That's a proximity sensor going off over there.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on a second.
okay.
Stands.
So, the microwave motion sensor is going off, and over there, the proximity, the REM pod, is going. Lauren builds this, and I want you to see her surprise. Show them your face.
I'm trying to control my surprises now because of yesterday. Me
Yeah,
too.
this is pretty extraordinary.
And these, all these charged all night last night until green, and you charge them to green because the only reason why this would go off repeatedly is it's
If it's low.
letting you know, but also too, it doesn't go off like that.
Right.
It blinks.
All right, let's turn it back on and see if we can repeat it.
Oh,
Now the
there's a
proximity sensor is going back off over there.
not for
Can-
nothing, there is absolutely no one near there.
Can
well, now
you
this was going off over and over and over, and now that's.
can you do that again for us? If there's somebody sitting over there,
Oh
can
no,
you
that
can you
wouldn't
touch
be
it?
you
There it
waving your
goes.
arm.
It's happening. Jeremy, just film that. If you can do that again, we'd be very grateful. Can you set that off? Can you stop? Okay, so can you answer one.
Now it's going.
Yeah, I'm going
Now
to.
that, there's no reason for it
Can
to
you?
repeat.
All right, we're gonna control it. Can you stay right there? So can you please, if you can hear us, activate that and light it up for a yes? Thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you can just turn the light on when I get to the right number of spirits that are up here, okay? Is there one spirit up here? Are there 2 spirits up here? 3? 4? Are there more than 5 spirits up here? And that's where I'll stop. Okay, so it's not talking to us about the number of spirits.
You'll see a whole different side of my excitement if the static goes off. Because these, not that I'm saying that it's not odd occurrences, but these are the 2.
It's going off.
Again,
So these are, number 1, these are the 2 that we are live streaming, and they do carry false positives. So we want to keep that in mind. Whether or not it's paranormal, whether or not it's something valid, these do have false positives. The static doesn't, and where the static is set up would not have them. There is no grass, there is no bugs, there is no wind. So if there is a focus on that box going off,
right,
that one,
yep,
this turns into a very, very, very interesting occurrence.
So
to have the proximity sensor, to have the microwave motion sensor.
Let's ask him.
This is where like my panic sets in.
Stop. Can you do me a favor? Stay right here. I don't want you to go anywhere.
Lauren is losing her mind right
Well,
now.
I don't want
not
anybody
yet,
to go anywhere.
not yet.
That is
So-
Lauren, the scientist, getting close to losing her mind.
Okay,
Because
so
these things
I don't want to mess with this thing.
Aren't
So
necessarily anything.
thank you, please.
They can be set off
So
right.
what we want to do
Wi-Fi.
is, now that we've had 2 of these pieces of equipment go off, that we know who built them, she knows how they work exactly, there's no guessing. She said to me, if we had 3 pieces of equipment, all the 3 different ones that she builds go off in one place, that would be like the trifecta and would really help her research. So we have a spirit that might be activating both of these other ones. So I'm going to ask kindly, the spirit that may be activating that machine over there, can you please transfer whatever energy or whatever it is you're doing over to the square box in the middle? It would be really amazing. And if it's okay, I'm going to approach a little bit just so that I can point it out to you, okay? There's a box right there that's sitting on top of all the other wood. Can you touch that? Or I don't know if you have hands or what your deal is, but maybe if you can rub your hands together and touch, or if you can generate the energy that you're using to set this off, if you can set that middle one off, that will really let us know that you're up here, and we can really try to help you from there. And it can't hurt you. Can you set this one off that you understand, if that's a yes? We'll see. We'll give it a second. That's really very interesting.
I will lose my mind.
She will lose her mind.
I
So
was telling him, I was like, this is like if you're a sports person, you're at like the end of a game
Yeah.
and you're 1 point down.
Remind the audience, what kind of force is affecting the one on the left, and what kind of force is affecting the one on the right?
So both the motion sensor and the proximity
get closer
sensor
over here real quick for
work
something.
on the same spectrum of energy, the electromagnetic spectrum.
that was me getting close
This
to
one
it.
is capacitance, conductivity, proximity. The motion sensor, I'm sorry, I know, words can sometimes be. Listen, this one is more like human beings' energy, which that one is too, but it's a different type. So let's say this is like fire and this one's like water. They're 2 totally different triggers. Electromagnetic radiation, same with the microwave motion sensor. They're just different frequencies on the same spectrum. So they still carry some of the same false positives, just a little bit different. So those 2 going off, yes, is really interesting, and it's really, really cool. But when I built the seer, it was to almost hold those 2 pieces in check. The seer is only going to be set off by kinetic friction, static electricity generation, or static electricity discharge.
Something moving close to it.
Just
Okay.
something that can generate static electricity, something that has matter that can create an imbalance to make that.
And is the idea that ghosts have matter?
No.
Even though you can't see that?
No.
All right. So
It's
while we're
not
waiting
made,
for,
it's made for
Consciousness.
no. It's well, you know what?
We'll go
I
over
have
in-
so much cool content on it.
every
it's
Tuesday,
so much
you
bigger.
can talk to us about it.
Yes, it's so much bigger than
Tuesdays
that.
at 8:30 p.m.
Which is why I'll lose
Right
my
here.
mind on the Signal Network.
8:30
9
p.m.
o'clock at night,
Eastern time.
every Tuesdays.
All right, so we have a voice recorder. It is special, but it's not a special voice recorder. We're gonna see if we can do any EVPs. We haven't done any this whole time. This is a good place, pretty quiet. The only thing running is the air conditioning. There's not a lot of traffic.
That's why I wasn't going to do
So
live
everybody, just, you all know how
Hushy
this
hush.
works. Yeah, and we'll just see if we can have anybody come and say hello to us. So if there was somebody talking to us, we just have this right here, record your voice. If you can just come up to us and say hello. Can you tell us your name? Do you live here? Are you happy that this went from an arsenal to an art exhibit? Ooh. So if there was somebody talking to us, we just have this right here, record your voice. If you can just come up to us and say hello. A lot of white noise.
No, that's going to.
Can you tell us your name? Do you live here?
It's not static. That's white noise from the air conditioner.
So what we're gonna do is this. I can change the settings a little bit, so we'll try it again. Can you please tell us your name? Are you happy they changed this from an arsenal to an art exhibit? How do you feel about people coming up here to speak with you? Is there anything that we can do to help you? What are you doing? Can you please tell us your name? Are you happy they changed this from an arsenal to an art exhibit? How do you feel about people coming up here to speak with you? Is there anything that we can do to help you? Yeah, nothing there. All right. Is there any I know you don't do this through feelings, but is there any place that you think would be more active, or Bucky's, or another place that we can go and check and see in this location?
Yeah, so we've gotten stuff all over the building. So
Okay. Why don't you bring us? We'll have Bucky bring us to the next spot, and we'll change the scenery a little bit. And
you want to
yeah,
try the next floor down?
yeah, let's go give it a shot. It's right down the steps, about one flight. We'll go check it out.
We have about a half hour left
And
of
we-
this.
Tell everybody
Okay.
we may have a little disruption with everyone moving.
Okay. We might have a little bit disruption as we move from this floor downstairs and move the hotspot, but stay with us. We're going to go down. We have about a half hour left here, and we're going to see if we can get some interaction from the spirits. Hold on. No? Yes? You need somebody else? You have 9 microphones.
I have a million microphones.
No, Bucky has a microphone.
Oh,
I'm like,
You hold it.
how is that we have so many?
I don't know. All
Well,
right.
this was the one that we were passing around for the live.
yeah.
You take one down, you pass it. That was really fun.
That was a really fun, like, little chaos moment, though. I mean, it's still cool. It's because there's no, it's tough You know, I'm still chalking it up as a very, that was really, that was cool. Yeah. Well, and the fact that they're quiet, because that one is not, so when I said like, oh, maybe a police car or something, of course that will set this off because it has an antenna. Yeah. But it would have to really be up next to the motion sensor.
Oh, the drawing and painting studio. This is for me.
I mean, maybe everybody moving and it just is moving the floor enough that it shifts the viewpoint. What are you doing?
I'm giving you number 2 because number 2 is better than 3.
Oh, that's the one I've had this whole time though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe they gave it the wrong.
Yeah, that's. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Are we just going down here?
Okay.
Cool. Oh, nice. No, I'm just gonna leave this
I just
stuff
want
up
to put
here.
my stuff down, Sadie.
Do this.
Right here? Okay. Did you just hear that? Did you hear it? I don't know if it was the wood creaking. Something went, what? Did you guys? Corey, Wheels and Connection, son. So we're walking over here. It's only the 3 gentlemen that were down here at the moment. As we're walking, I hear, what? Switchies. Oh, I was like, does Lauren know her things are going off? So, yeah, very interesting. According to Bucky, our ghost hunter and historian, a lot of things happen in this little hallway. So you know what I've noticed in paranormal and ghost hunting? A lot of strange things happen in confined spaces like this. You might think that a big open area would have that, and that's kind of where I gravitated towards, but it seems like there might be some paranormal stuff that happens right in here. I feel okay coming down here. I'll see how it feels in a couple minutes as we go through this. And Lauren is setting up the equipment. At home, as always, I encourage you, please, if you have a comment about what you're feeling in here, seeing, sensing, any spirits, any imprints, please, you have no idea what you might say that could help us craft the narrative that we are trying to craft here, is to understand the history and why these places are haunted and why they are now interacting with people who are occupying the building. So little bits of information
Where are the Wi-Fi
help
routers?
tremendously. Okay. What are you looking for? No, hit that. Oh, so
This thing's
oh
going,
yeah, that's what
it's
you
going
said, the Wi-Fi
insane,
access
but that
point.
can't.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I feel like somebody like fucking punched me in the stomach.
But are you sure that that's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, this isn't the other thing. This
Oh,
is like
okay.
I'm feeling it in my ribs. I feel like I got punched really hard right in the stomach. I was just coming over to check out your box, see why I was going off, and as soon as I got near this orange on the floor, it felt like somebody just straight
How do
took the
you
wind
feel
out of me.
now?
Better now that I'm like
Okay.
holding it. And
Well, don't walk back over there, but we want to make sure that this is.
That was weird.
You always want to make sure that responses like that are not actually medical emergencies. Please.
No. And now it's quiet. So it was going off. I wanted to see why it was going off. I walked over here. I crossed this threshold right here, and it felt like I took one right into the ribs, and the machine stopped going off.
I was looking for Wi-Fi routers, or I was looking
So
for.
if you're upset with
electrical
me for
boxes.
being here,
Careful with that.
that's okay, but please don't hit me. I don't like that.
Yeah, no bueno on that.
But we do have lots of equipment that you can set off. If that was you setting off the proximity sensor, that's that thing with the antenna over there, you have our permission to keep doing that. How's the EMF looking here?
Oh,
Broken. So that was really strange. How do you guys
Well,
feel
there's
standing here?
nothing there.
I don't get the weird feeling.
You don't get any. I don't think it wasn't a weird feeling. It was a shot.
I'm gonna turn
was
the sound
concentrated.
off and this because I'm gonna sweep around with this. I'm using an electrician's Eric Hill EMF meter, not a K2. K2s don't monitor multiple axes. This is what electricians would use in order to create any sort of baseline or double check for electromagnetic fields in a space. So that's what I'm just gonna walk around and do and just see if there's anything. No hate on the K2, just saying. This is where I would check the walls.
Lauren.
Oh, I know, I hear.
Lauren.
I hear it.
I crossed over this and I started to feel sick again.
Well, the only thing is now people might say, oh, walking around. And while that might shift it to where it actually shifts the physical box, we were standing still when it was going psycho. So even though the sensitivity and how much this space moves around, if it physically shifts the box, it could set itself off.
There's somebody really
But-
fucking bad over here. There's somebody bad right here. Not you.
Oh, that was me.
There's this. Well, there's a woman over here, and she's
Wondering why I'm jumping up and down?
No, she's freaking out. She is like losing her mind. This woman over here.
This is where the mean grandmother.
Yes, that would make so much sense. There's so much hostility coming from over here. Look at this, Lauren.
Yeah.
Lauren.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just oblivious. Oh, yeah.
It is.
It's not cold up here either.
And it is so oppressive and so angry and so mean. Stop it.
Well, if you're
Stop.
going to yell at her, she's probably not going to get less aggressive.
Well, she punched me in the stomach, so stop.
True.
She's not gonna listen.
Yeah, I don't. This is what I'm not sure.
Not supposed to be happening.
I mean, I could chalk this up to a myriad of things. I'm going to move it.
Yeah, let's. You know what? Put it over here on this black desk.
Well, we don't want to put it on something that is metal because it's a conductor.
Okay. There's a wooden box right here. On a wooden shelf. No. All right, scientist. Let's see what happens now. I am gonna sit down in this metal chair for a second. This lady took the wind out of me. Whew. All right. Well, you got me. You surprised me. But instead of being mean, I might be able to help you. Do you need some help? This is different than, it's angry, it's upset, it's confused, but this is younger than grandma energy. This is a woman. She is approximately, I'd say 25 to 30 years old. She has longer black hair. It's very disheveled and kind of dirty, greasy. Her clothes would be a dress that is worn. It has short sleeves with kind of like puffy blouses. It looks like it's a dark color with like little white specks in it. It's very disheveled. It's ripped. She has on flat shoes. She has an odor like she has been unbathed for a very long time. And there is some form of mental health issue that seems like is happening here. She's not, again, this is not giving me grandma. And she's like, it feels like she's being contained. I don't know if she was contained as a person, like a prisoner, right? Or is this a woman who was mentally ill and was put in an attic and kept away from people? Or is this a spirit that was in this building that people became aware of at some point? Remember downstairs when I said it felt like I got cleansed down here? And it felt this is the opposite. This is like maybe downstairs for some reason was feeling kind of oppressive and somebody was like, we need to clear this out so people feel comfortable looking at art.
Yeah. So there is a woman that's seen here.
She is a two-part name, and it's like one of those ones. It's like Mary Ellen, Mary Elizabeth. It's a two-part. For sure, feels like it starts with Mary, and will lead into a very easy second part of her name: Mary Alice, Mary Elise, Mary something like that. And it's just a two-part.
That was me.
Okay. I don't see how she passed away. All I can see is this absolute anger and confined feeling and not being able to get free. And she's primarily spends a lot of time up over here by this space right over here, but I'm sure it has to be very protective of this space right here. So if you want to talk with us, we can hear you. I can hear you, I can see you, I can feel you clearly. There's little devices down here that you can set up. We would love for you to do something. If you are mad that we're up here, kick one of them, push one of them over, light them up, whatever you want to do. But just don't hit me anymore. I still don't feel good now.
He's always telling people to break my stuff, guys.
Do we, question from chat, could this also be another soul collector like we ran into over at North Bank Park?
No, so this is a human entity that I can see. So this isn't a soul collector. I can see this human entity very clearly, very human, not trying to deceive what or who she is. She is just present and angry, and whoever's ever up here, whoever spends time up here will probably want to leave here because they're nauseous, they have headaches, they probably get a lot of tension in their neck and their shoulders. They might find themselves gritting their teeth a lot while they're up here and trying to be peaceful with art. And then they may want to escape from this space pretty often. I don't know if that's like a claim that you can back up or not, but...
Well, we've only really talked with them when we've had investigations with the public here.
Okay.
So students, I know many students have said that they felt weird and strange feelings in this area.
Okay, so they felt weird and strange here? Okay.
But I've never... I mean, people tell me that, there's parts of the building where they feel like a sort of ominous energy. But it's usually the basement is what they refer to, but this space, folks say, like I said, the whole building is not.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We'll do another little...
But there was a woman in an out-of-date dress that was seen a couple of years ago. A student here went up to the front desk and asked if the building was haunted, and the attendant said yes, and the woman said, well, the reason I ask is because I just saw a woman in an old-timey dress walk into the men's room, and she noticed that the woman had on high heeled leather boots, and they didn't make any sound whenever they hit the wooden floor.
Oh, that's creepy.
And that's what alerted her to the fact that this person wasn't really there.
Right.
It was right before close, and none of them had the guts to go into
and check. Of course.
They just left, locked up, and called it a night.
All right.
Can somebody give me a time? What time is it?
3:34. All right, so let me play that back real quick and see if we got anything in there.
Out-of-date dress that was seen a couple of years ago. A student here went up to the front desk and asked if the building was haunted. The attendant said yes, and the woman said, well, the reason I ask is because I just saw a woman in an old-timey dress walk into the men's room, and she noticed that the woman had on high heeled leather boots, and they didn't make any sound whenever they hit the wooden floor. Oh, that's creepy. And that's what alerted her to the fact that this person wasn't really there. Right. It was right before close, and none of them had the guts to go into and check. Of course. Left, locked up, and called it a night.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little further over here and just do a purposeful EVP and see if we can catch anything.
All I'm doing is I'm going to run the bridge while you're doing that.
I knocked your stuff over.
Nope, you're fine.
Okay. Oh,
I knocked
your
my
stuff
stuff over.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe you feel okay over here. Do you shut it off?
Did I shut that off by kicking it?
The light wasn't on. When you just hit it, the light was definitely not on. Where's the button?
It's right here.
No, you kicked this side of it.
Because that set off because you got it on your.
Yeah, you didn't set it off by getting near it. So
I didn't turn that off
the button is
though.
off.
Did anybody have a camera on me when I walked over here? Were you filming me? Was I in the background maybe?
You were in the background.
Okay, so we can see if I turned this off because it went off when I walked by it because you got it on your EVP.
Yes. Yeah.
and now it's turned off.
And now it's off.
Yeah.
Like switched off, like the button
Like
is switched
it got
off.
clicked off. And when you kicked it just now, you kicked it from this side. You kind of like.
Well,
you
it
were
was
like,
the side of my foot, and I said, "Oh," and then it didn't go off though.
All right, turn it back on. See what happens. Maybe she turned it off on us and we didn't notice.
I want to see that footage of me in the background to show I didn't, unless I
Getting
turned
weird
it,
in here.
unless I turned it off without knowing it. If it did, was I in the background of the live?
No, we were
See
shooting
if anybody
that way.
in the live did you?
No, we were shooting that way.
This camera.
Yeah. So Mikey will have to look over it, or we'll have to look over
I
it later.
just want to see it go off when I walk by it.
Luckily, we tagged. She asked us what time it was. So between the time she asked what time it is, and right now, we can go and edit it and look and see if you had it on.
I mean,
or off.
that'll be cooler.
It's back on now, right?
Yeah, I just turned it on. That'd
Okay.
be cooler than a lot of stuff.
That'd be very cool.
This is gonna go crazy if we keep
Okay.
just walking in front
So
of it. The bridge is just.
I'm gonna do a really purposeful EVP. So so Lauren is gonna run the bridge. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm gonna sum this up real quick. She's basically throwing radio waves up into the air. There's Scrabble tiles with a bunch of letters and numbers,
Yep.
like a Ouija board.
Yep.
And the ghosts have the opportunity, we think, to be able to rearrange those tiles and give us a message on the computer screen that's right behind me, which it said, "Who are you?" And you said that.
That's me saying, "Who are you?"
Lauren said, "Who are you?" Those are the Scrabble tiles we've given them to work with. Maybe they can
Yep.
say something.
Whether
back
that
to us.
question's
That's me.
answered or not is
Okay.
a moot point.
All right, so I'm going to run the. And so everybody knows I don't have a phone. We're using my phone to record, so everybody knows I'm not setting this thing off with radio waves. To the woman who's up here throwing a hissy fit, who are you? Do you belong here? Why are you here? Do you need help? Are you upset that we're up here?
When you're done with that look. Also, that was Lauren talking.
All right, come over and look.
Woman who's up here throwing a hissy fit. Who are you? Do you belong here? Why are you here? Do you need help? Are you upset that we're up here? When you're done with that, I want to look.
So we didn't get any answers at all. So whoever this is, Bucky, do you ever get any EVPs in here?
I was gonna say, do you have like a name of a woman that might be up here?
We don't have a name for a woman. And records for the penitentiary from that time period are pretty much lost. So there's really no way for us to research that, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I personally haven't gotten an EVP here. We have had a guest on one of our investigations that got some EVPs in the basement.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my car was just stolen. All my equipment was in it, and my notebook.
So sorry.
That has all that information. So the name I don't remember.
If you took this man, give it back, for crying out loud.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Please.
And he still showed up here today. Somebody stole his car and he still came. It's amazing. Thank you.
I'm a professional.
You are. You're a very amazing professional. Lauren, we getting anything on the bridge? Anything cool come through?
No, some various like yes nos.
Okay.
But I was wondering with a name because we got REC, so I didn't know if that would line up with initials. Would be the only.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go on that.
So that's why I was asking
Yeah.
if there was a name first.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, so when I walked in, this noise was like whoop or something like that.
Oh,
I didn't hear any train
we're definitely
whistles.
not near a train.
So everybody knows. Oh, you know what they heard? It's not a train whistle. What they heard was Lauren's bridge.
Oh,
makes
the
that
bridge.
woo, like that noise.
It's like a jingle bell.
She didn't have that. That is what you all are hearing. It's this noise that lets us know the bridge is working. But what I heard when we were walking down here before she turned it on was a noise that sounded like whoop, like a little.
And this was not on at that point.
And it sounded more organic. That's why I was wondering if it was the floor squeaking underneath us. So, Kay, did you see what happened when I walked over here? That was pretty wild. And she's still here. I don't feel good. By the way, I'm standing here and I feel like absolute crap from standing here. There's not high EMF over here, Lauren.
No, not
It means we need to do an overnight ghost investigation in this building.
Immediately to where it would be affecting you. No.
This means that we have a new story thread for another day. Because now the building is closing to us.
Okay.
And we have to wrap it up. We hope we're going to see you at 6 o'clock tonight
Tell them again where?
at Grandview Yards Food Court. It's called the Little Market.
Little Grand Market.
Little
Grand Market, Columbus, Ohio. Come see us.
From 6 to 8. It's about 10 minutes from downtown. It's
I'll
just
sign
a
your
food
baby
cart.
for you. Bring your baby. I will sign it.
We'll see you there.
Lauren will sign your baby also.
I want to thank
I'll just give it a high five.
Bucky Cutright, Columbus Ghost
Yes.
Adventures.
Thank you, Bucky,
He's
so much.
amazing, Not just today.
High five.
but
Yeah,
for
a
months
boy.
helping me really
Thank you.
validate. He's got a ton of books on this subject, haunted cemeteries.
I never know doing my
Ohio,
hands.
Lots of different
We do
ones.
this.
You can find him online. You'll find his ghost tours if you're in town.
No, you fuck. I can't do the end part on camera. I'll get in trouble.
Tuesday at 8:30.
No, it's not
Oh,
exploded.
Children.
We have a special
Sorry, we have a
handshake.
handshake.
Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We'll be back.
Lauren and Scott will be talking all things paranormal.
Probably talk about this a little bit.
Probably talk about this. That's going to
Big
be
time.
a regular thing, that 8:30
That's my
live.
time slip episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, time
perfect.
slip episode.
Time slips.
And at 9, the new episode drops. Lauren's episodes are shorter. They're snackable.
For now.
Snackable content, but you can drop
Pocket
in.
size.
And between now and then, if you have questions, bring them to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Friday, we
Mhm.
drop a new episode of Beyond the Badge Paranormal.
Fum, 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 fum.
Other first responders who are doing a great job knocking it out of the park.
Yep.
8:30 is the live, again, with Scott and Beyond the Badge. 9 o'clock, their episode drops. It's almost an hour long.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, same time, we've got a theme here, 8:30,
Live.
live with Scott and Bob Heskey of Afraid of Nothing. He's dropping a new podcast at 9. We're going to keep bringing you new content.
Yep. We got
every
Brady
week.
Goebel Chasing Paranormal coming. We have Chris Mendez coming to you. Tons of really great and amazing content creators. And that's just our first wave. We have other people that we are bringing into this fold as well. People you're not going to want to forget about. Strange Road
Strange
podcast.
Road.
Turn around. Mikey, thanks for being our cameraman all weekend. You have been knocking it out of the park, and also for your information. Corey, who's been on comments, but Corey also has handled every piece of Phantom Forensic swag, who has made sure the thumbnails are right, the copyrights are passing. He's doing a great job. And of course, our partner, Jeremy, who's been working the main camera there for most of the weekend. Thanks, buddy, for coming.
Elevate Pictures.
Through Elevate Pictures, yeah. So,
So speaking of swag, if you've enjoyed some of the Phantom Forensics, am I allowed to say that,
Yeah.
Corey, or are they all going to hang up on me?
Threads. So, no, I'll tell. So, if you guys want to support this channel, you want to see more content like this, you want to see my other creators, our other creators together doing what Lauren and I are doing, you like those team ups, the only way we can do it is if you go to phantomforensics.com right now. We have the store open. There's a limited amount of merch there. There's some blankets, stickers, patches. They all are related to this area, Columbus, Ohio. They have to do a Dalen and I's investigation for Phantom Forensics, and it all ties into what Lauren and I are doing. So please go, buy some stickers, buy a blanket, buy a journal, because that's the coolest thing. I wrote it today
Buy 'em for your
for a place
friends,
we're going to go soon.
your
I know we
dog,
are. Go do it.
kids. kids.
please help support the
and
channel.
your
Of course,
mom.
share this out to your friends and family because viewership is very
grandma.
important to us. Thank you again, everybody. We're going to end
Your
the live. I want
cat.
to say thank you again. I hope to see anybody who can make it at 6
turtle.
p.m. at the
Your
Grand
pet
Yards.
Little
Grand Yards.
Little Grand Market.
I can't remember
Yeah,
things. I'm not
come
an
eat
actor.
some
All right.
noodles with me.
All right, everybody.
Thanks
Say
for
goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you so much for the great
Goodbye.
weekend, everyone.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
This is for you, my dear.
I
Bye.
have things.
Bye, everyone.